Hi and welcome to my everyday eyeshadow look, a video I did because you asked for it. I have done many eyeshadow videos and I kind of always think I've covered it all, and as a 25-year makeup pro I think, well, I already did that. But I always have new people, and people always love to see new products and new ways to do things and new combinations. So I just have to force myself to, get a little bit more creative, and maybe, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, but maybe just constantly update my eyeshadow videos, making them shorter for women who don't have a lot of time. And today I'm going to show you, I'm just wearing 3 shadows. I wear this look basically every day of my life. This is not the fox eye. I've done a video on fox eye. This is just a really basic everyday look that you can customize for you. You can make it darker, you can make it softer, you can omit a step if you want. And I do show you a really nice way to use eyeliner that isn't gonna transfer on hot summer months. So I hope you love this. I did this for you, and I always look forward to feedback and any success you have with trying my tips and techniques or products I recommend. I will tell you that this is going to say paid promotion, but it's only because I'm working with Mob Beauty. They sent me all their products. I work closely with them. I do not earn income from them. They do not pay me. They pay me in product. So that's why I have to put paid promotion. And I don't earn a commission. So when you buy from Mob Beauty, I am not looking to make money off of you, but I have to disclose that they do send me products. They also use me to test products and give them feedback. Vic Casale, who is the cosmetic chemist for Mob Beauty, was the original cosmetic chemist for MAC Cosmetics back in the 80s in Toronto, Canada. I think he's a genius. I love him so much. I love everyone at that company, and I'm trying to help them grow because they are clean, they're vegan, they're cruelty free, and they have sustainable packaging, so we can stop having 20 palettes when really we can do the same look every day and be quite beautiful. Maybe change a lip or change a blush, but you could do the same eye look every day and be quite beautiful, and you get to customize your own palette. So that's why it says paid promotion. I was not paid, I'm just paid in product. I want you to know that up front. But I'm so excited, so let's get started. Hi, I am Clean Beauty Babe, also Michelle Spiele, 25-year professional makeup artist. Welcome to my channel. If you could subscribe just for content over 40, beauty education over 40, that's my passion. Let's grow this community. Let's show YouTube that this is a necessary niche within the YouTube community. I keep my videos very simple. Sometimes they're too lengthy because I'm an educator and I love to explain and I love all the details. But you're in luck today because I am short on time, and this is an easy daily go-to eye makeup look because so many viewers have asked in the last couple weeks. And most of my videos come from your suggestions, although I do have a fun one coming up. Do you know these eye tapes? It's a way to take a droopy or hooded eye. You put a little tape up here on your eyelid, and it kind of pokes, like a little, it creates a crease, and it creates a little bit of eyelid space. And I am going to do that going forward just because I thought it'd be fun. And when I was in my mid-20s and I worked at South Coast Plaza, Nordstrom, one of the top Nordstroms in the country, extremely affluent. We got tons of very wealthy travelers from all over the world, specifically China and Japan. And they would come up to me, and sometimes they would have an interpreter, or sometimes they actually knew decent English, and they would say to me, "Oh, do you have tape on your eye?" And I'd be like, "Tape? Do I have tape on my eye?" And then they'd get so embarrassed. And what they meant are these. These have been around for decades in Asian countries, but I just had a very almond-shaped eye. I had, when I was in my 20s and everything was lifted and I had a rounder face, I did look like I could possibly have some type of Asian mixed into me. Some people said Venezuelan. Nobody ever knew what I was, but I'm just a boring Welsh Irish American. Welsh and Irish, maybe a little Scandinavian, born here in America. Anyway, let's get started because you asked. I'm going to show you my simple daytime eyeshadow. Now, my favorite eyeshadow look right now is the fox eye, and you can go find that, how to do a fox eye, but I'm just gonna do very simple, everyday eyeshadow. That's it. And I'm gonna use Mob Beauty, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna have to, because of YouTube guidelines, I'm going to have to put paid promotion, but Mob Beauty sent me these products. This is my own personal palette, and then they sent me some beautiful stuff for my professional kit, so that my professional kit can also be clean beauty, because that's a pretty penny to change your whole pro kit over. But this is my own personal palette. So they did send me everything. They're so generous to me. I do not get paid by Mob Beauty, and I do not make commission. So when you go and buy Mob Beauty, that just blesses my heart. I love that people are buying Mob Beauty because they're clean, they're vegan, they're cruelty free, and they have all sustainable packaging. When you run out of anything, you just pop a new one in, and it's sustainable packaging, and I really believe in them. So I have on an eye primer. I've talked about it before. It is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. Make sure it says Eye Putty Primer. They do have a putty primer for the whole face. This is the Eye Putty Primer. It is in color pink, which is basically just a beige color. They also have cream. They have all sorts of colors, but I have that on, and then I'll lightly powder over it, and it does keep my shadows on longer. I always start with this color right here. We're gonna do this all over, and that is number 6. Number 6, I absolutely love number 6. It's kind of a beige shell color. And I'm going to take this brush, which is Morphe 433. I don't love the Morphe brushes, but they're cheap and they do the trick. So I really love crown brushes, and you can watch my makeup brushes over 40 tutorial. I talk a lot about crown brushes. So I'm gonna take this color here. I'm gonna really saturate that brush, and I'm basically going to put it on the entire eye. And I'm using, oops, I'm using my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. See that? So see the difference? This gives a little bit of some definition, and then here I have nothing on. I'm gonna do the same on this eye. We're gonna keep this really simple. This is just a daytime look, and I'm going to show you 2 different eyeliners. I love a pencil liner, but I'm not gonna use it today because we are in summer. Pencil liners do tend to transfer on me because my eye is starting to droop. I'm gonna be 54 in a couple weeks. What happens is if I use a pencil right here, then halfway through the day it's actually up here because it touches. See how it touches? And then it transfers, and it drives me nuts. So I really am not using pencil much anymore, but I do pencil more in the winter. And see how I'm going up into the brow bone? Now I don't take it to the eyebrow, but I do go up to that brow bone to give that really nice kind of blended, gradated shadow. So there you go. I have one shadow on my whole eye. That's it, one shadow. Now I'm going to take my favorite light shadow in the world. It's a highlighter. It's M43. I take a little pencil brush. This is also Morphe M4, let's see. I think it says M431. It's just a pencil brush. I think I have some from MAC too, but this is just a pencil brush from Morphe. Crown also makes it. Personally, I think Crown brushes are better quality than Morphe, and they're cheaper. I love Crown brushes, and I always go straight to their pro line. So check out crownbrush.com, and I think I have a code anywhere, and maybe I'll put the Crown brush code for you. But I go in with this light color. I've told you guys this a lot of times, but if you're new here, if you do a lighter color in that inner crease, it really opens up that eye. Do you see the difference? Look at that. Really opens up the eye, and I'll take a little bit underneath. So I'll go a little underneath. I'll do a little bit on the eyelid. Look at that. Oh, I love that so much. That's a makeup step that makes me happy. Every time I do it, I've been doing makeup on myself since I was, I don't know, 12 or 13, 1980, I think I started wearing makeup. And I've been a professional makeup artist for 25 years. I've been in Hollywood industry for almost 18 years. And this step still makes me happy when I do it. Now, if I have anything left over on the brush, I don't re-dip, but I might go under my brow just a tiny bit. Look at that, just a tiny bit. I'm not re-dipping. I don't want a frosty brow. We're not going back to the 90s here, but just to give the tiniest little highlight under the brow, which really defines the brow. So that's all I have on so far. I just have those two shadows. I have the M6 all over the eye. I have the M43 in the inner quarter. Any skin color can wear this. I've even seen dark skin color wear the M6, but this is more for a lighter skin gal. If you are deeper skin, I can direct you to a deeper all over color. Now we are gonna go in with this. Let me see what number this is. And it's dark, so we're going to be real careful and blend with it. But I like it because I can also use it to smoke my eyeliner. This is M4, and it's a beautiful espresso brown. It reminds me of espresso from MAC. And I'm going to go in, let me see, I want something like this, really soft and kind of pointy for the crease. And I'm going to dip a little bit in. Look at this, just a little bit, okay? And then watch what we're gonna do. Now I have a crease, so if you have a hooded eye, you would smoke this more on the outer eyelid. But I'm gonna go into my crease, and then I'm gonna come into my outer eyelid. So I'm almost doing like a little C shape or a sideways V, you know, kind of like that. You see that? Look how subtle that is. That is subtle. And because of the nature of this brush, this is a MAC brush. This is a MAC number 36 from many, many, many years ago, but you can find a brush like this from just about any company. I like it that it's tapered and it's thin. It's not too thick and fluffy. And do you see how I'm just keeping it on the outside of the eye? But do you see how it's created that depth? I'm just keeping it on the outside of the eye. That's it. I'm not blending it too much yet. I'm gonna go on the other eye. And we're gonna also do, now I have two different eye shapes and most of you do too. That's okay. That's where we have to kind of look back and go, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to place this one a little differently. Very few people in the world have symmetrical eyes. My eyebrows are not symmetrical, my lips are not symmetrical. I think my nose might be. My nose might be symmetrical, my cheeks, my chin, that's about it. Everything else is asymmetrical, and that's okay. Okay? There you go. Do you see that? I'm gonna get real close because I want you to see it. So I have it there, and I have it there. Okay? Now, I could go deeper with that for daytime, and I would be completely comfortable going deeper, but most women aren't. So we are gonna go back to a little bit of our M6, which was my all over color. Go back to a little bit, just a little bit. And we're gonna put it on this brush, and we're gonna blend right over that darker color. And it's just going to look like it's all airbrushed. Look at that, do you see that? How that's more blended in than this one? Look at that. Let the brush do the work for you. That's why brushes and tools are so important. You know what else is important? Good eyeshadow. This Mob Beauty, I never get fallout. Nothing ends under here. Nothing. It's the best shadow I think I've used possibly ever in my life. And I know that sounds kind of like I'm exaggerating, but you have to understand, I've used Chanel, I've used Dior, I've used lots and lots of high-end eyeshadows. I was a MAC girl for many years. NARS, loved NARS shadows. But the Mob Beauty is so finely milled and there's no talc in it, so it's not chunky or gritty or coarse. And even that dark brown, There's absolutely zero fallout whatsoever, zero, okay? That's it, 3 shadows. You can do that, right? Now, I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to do eyeliner, and I gotta get going because I really do wanna make this video quick. I'm gonna use the Ma Beauty Black Cake Liner. I love this brush by Morphe. I also love the MAC Cosmetics brush, which I think my daughter stole from me. Little stinker. Little stinker. Yeah, I think she stole my MAC. I have tons of MAC brushes in my professional kit, but I don't know how many I have in here. You could use this too. Anything angled. I don't know who makes this one. This might be Morphe. That's Morphe. I'm not a big fan of Morphe brushes, but I do use them. I do use them. Okay. So I'm going to take this Morphe. I'm going to dip a little bit into water. A little bit. Do you see a little bit of water? You have to find your sweet spot. You don't want it too thin like a watercolor, and you don't want it too thick and crumbly. And what I love about this is I'm going to go right in to the lash line. Look at that. See how that gives me some definition to the lashes? But do you see how soft that is? I'm going to get closer in a minute. You just kind of press and let the brush do the work for you. Press and move over, press and move over. Not nice? And that does not transfer. That stays put all day. That cake liner does not transfer. Let me see here if you can see this. Because we're short on time today, I'm just doing cake liner. I will tell you, and I've talked about this in video before, I love the Spiele pens. They're the ink pens. I love these. They're waterproof, but they do a very thin precision line, and not everyone can do that. The cake liner is kind of easy because you just press and move over, press and move over. So you're just kind of like, look at that. Do you see that? Let's see if I can get a little bit of a wing, because I like to lift my eyes with a little bit of a wing. Let's see if I can do this. It's so hard. I have to have the magnification mirror. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I am 53, almost 54, and I cannot do this just looking in. I watch all these young beauty girls on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, and none of them have to look in magnification mirrors. None of them have to wear glasses, but this is where we are, right? And this is why I'm doing this channel, to talk about us. We're different. We're different. It's different being in your 50s. It's different being in your 40s. If you're 40s, I'm here to pave the way for you, because 50s is not for sissies. And I know some of you are in your 60s and you would say, oh gosh, I wish I was in my 50s again, because 60s are not easy either. I know every stage is not easy. We just have to accept it as we go along. I love that. Sometimes I go on the water line, but I'm not today for lack of time, and also because I'm going to my friend's pool and I don't want a bunch of makeup on. Okay, now I'm going to take a little tiny brush. I'm going to take this little pencil brush. This is by MAC again. You saw I had the white pencil brush. I like white pencil brushes for light colors, and I have a dark pencil brush. Again, you could find a pencil brush on Crown brushes. This is MAC. I don't care who you use. I'm dipping into this dark brown color, okay? And I'm going to go in and smoke over the cake liner. And I'm doing that because I find, in my experience, 25 years or more doing professional makeup, most women like definition, but they don't like to see a harsh line, okay? So see that's more of a line. And now this here, I've smoked it. And also, I'm not gonna go under the eye today because again, it's summer, but you could completely go under the eye with any of these shadows. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of my pencil brush. I really need my mirror to be higher. You see that? I guess that's not the easiest way to watch me do it, but I don't know. I need a platform or some box or something to put my, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do this box here. Here we go, watch this. Here we go. All right, that's a little bit better. What I like about the pencil brush is you can go over the line, but watch this, you can take it and kind of like drag it and blend it out, okay? And don't get frustrated if you don't do it right the first time. I always say people don't sit down and play Mozart their first time learning piano. You have to play with it. You have to learn the steps. You have to get comfortable. You have to learn what works for you, for your hands. Isn't that fun? 3 colors, you guys. That's it. 3 colors in a cake liner. And it doesn't even have to be these 3, but I have a light color on the inner corner to really lighten up my inner eye. I have this all over, and I have this in the outer crease, and then I smoke that back over it. I did the cake liner because it's non-transferable and it's so easy to use, and I went in with my outer crease color, the M4, and I smoked over it. Let's see if I can get a little closer for you guys to see. See how that's smoky? I don't have concealer on yet either. Okay, let me put on mascara and I'll be right back. I'm trying to save you all time. Okay, I put on a little bit of mascara. I did put a little concealer on. Actually, I didn't use concealer. I'm going to my friend's pool, so I just used that Pacifica eye brightener, which is a peachy brightener for under the eye. I did a little bit of that. I did a little bit of tubing mascara because it won't come off in the pool. You need warm water to remove it. I was gonna pop a little lash in the outer corner, but I don't need it. I feel so pretty with my eyes just like this. I don't feel like I need this today, but these are super fun, the little clusters. You can pop one right in the outer eye. I wasn't feeling it today. I'm really happy with this. So another thing I wanna mention is, I don't use filters, so you can see my skin, you can see my lines, right? You can see, ooh, these are my source of contention right here. The fact that my face is falling. You can see some little sunspots, right? You can you see pores? I don't know if you can see pores on this camera, but the point is that I'm having a good skin day. I'm feeling cute, and all I have on is the Elta MD. Bought it with my own money, Elta MD. This is the UV Restore. It's mineral SPF, and it's tinted. And I have this all over my face with a tiny bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, really just through the T-zone. That's it. That's what gives me that glowy look. And these are both clean products. So I have that on, and I just feel really beautiful this summer. Most days just wearing this. No BB cream, no CC cream, no tinted moisturizer, tinted SPF, and a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury, and I am loving my skin. I also have on a little bit of the Cream Clay Blush, also by Mob Beauty. This is M74. It gives you that kind of nice bricky sun-kissed look. I think it looks great with the shadows. And I have the Ilia lipstick in Hold Me. Okay, real quick, you could get an entire palette. You don't even have to do a big 6 palette. You could do a 4, you could do a quad, and hear me out. You could do, imagine you just have a quad. You could do the 3 shadows I talked about. Don't worry about that corally one, we didn't use that today. M43, M6, M4, cake liner, right, would go there. So you have all your shadows. You could do a cream clay blush. You could do a bronzer or a highlighter. These are all highlighters. So you really can customize. And also what I love about Mob Beauty, they're such givers that they will give you 2 samples of any color you want when you order. Now I took these out of town and these saved me. That's that M43 that I love in the inner corner. This really saved me from having to take big heavy palettes out of town. And they sent me a whole box of them. There's, you know, even lip balms, lipsticks, blush, highlighters, little eyeshadows. So you get to pick 2 colors when you order from Mob Beauty. Initially, it's an investment. You're paying for high quality packaging that is sustainable, that is safe for the environment. You pop in what you want, and then as you start to run out of maybe this shadow, maybe you run out of that someday, you're not buying a whole new palette. You're just buying what you want. And I'm so tired of paying for palettes that the company designed for me, and I end up using 2 or 3 shades out of 10 or 12, and that's all I use. So why am I paying for a whole palette when I can just customize my own? My word this year is resourceful. Sometimes you make a little investment up front, but then in the long run, it's so much cheaper because you're only buying and using what you like. You get to choose, not them. You get to choose. So I absolutely love it. I can't say enough about the cream clay blush. You just put it on with your fingers and it is just gorgeous. So there you have it. That's my everyday, pretty simple. You can go heavier, you can go lighter. This can work on even a hooded eye, because even though I have a little bit of an eyelid, you know, my eyes are starting to droop and I am getting more hooded as I get older. If you have a complete monolid and you don't have any eyelid, you can do this same exact look. It just takes practice, and I've done a whole hooded eye makeup tutorial too. So this is for you because you asked. Please subscribe. Let me know that you found value in this. Let me know that you appreciate hearing about beauty over 40, but clean, safe ingredients. I have a clean beauty video. Is it a scam? I have that coming very soon as well, and I'm really excited to talk about why I pursued clean beauty, why I've made a niche of women over 40 and clean beauty. I'm not just women over 40, I'm women over 40 with clean beauty. So it rules out a lot of brands. I turned down 2 humongous international cosmetic brands that wanted to send me a ton of stuff and put me on their PR list. And I said, I'm so sorry, but you don't represent clean beauty at the moment. And so maybe we'll, circle back someday when you do. And, I always leave it open-ended, and and also you test on animals, and so I always leave it kind of open-ended, and I try to be really classy and appreciative. But I mean, I don't just work with anyone. I really work with companies that I love, that I believe in, who use the safest ingredients, because that's important as we age. Our skin is our largest organ. I hope this helped. Thank you. We'll see you later.